All right, y'all. We got a nice question today. This one, I don't know. I think it burst out of 9 to 9. And if y'all see me looking at the screen, it's just what y'all see. And it's, can a guy and a girl be best friends without romantic interest? Woo! I want to know what
Is
people
that
say
even
in the
possible?
comment. There's so many questions about this because, man, what are best friends? Like, how do you condition? Like, nowadays, do people really like, talk about it, like, oh, tú eres mi mejor amigo or something like
We need
that?
to define what the best friend is that we're talking about.
Okay.
Because, I mean, I've gotten, after we posted this on Instagram, I've gotten so many comments from people who have their own opinion. Hopefully, those people who were so opinionated would let us know in the chat
Yeah.
what's going on, right? So, what is a best friend? To me, I'm going to say
And,
what my definition is.
I'm gonna have to give a disclaimer. I don't know how many times we have to give this disclaimer on the podcast, but we're gonna get pretty real. Like, I'm gonna get pretty real. I'll get a bit open
Yeah,
in
we'll
terms
be
of
real.
like I'll be an open book. Like, I'll definitely tell y'all a little bit about my history,
Yeah,
down that
for
line, because
sure.
that's the only way that we're gonna be able to speak about these topics is actually, kind of. But that's a disclaimer, right? We're trying to be real. We're trying to open up.
I'm going to keep
And,
the history between the mic and myself, but I'm,
Oh,
I'm going to keep the
Dios. I
history.
gotta get a button that says Bendito
Yeah, no,
Dios.
bendito Dios. I'm not in there.
Hey, y'all gotta know,
Y'all
by the
know.
way, Abraham and I, we haven't really spoken about this. All right, so nothing here
No,
is.
I have my view. Naun has his view.
Yeah.
And Naun can talk about it. I hopefully Brenda's on. I saw Brenda's online,
Yes.
so she'll let us know what's happening there. But best friends, this is my definition. Your best friend is that person who you hang out with, right? You call
Okay.
them up all the time. You talk. Some best friends don't talk, but you live close by,
Yeah.
and you go to the movies with this person. There's a new place, food place. You hit them up, and you go there, check it out. You go check out if McDonald's has a new sandwich. Hey, McDonald's has a new sandwich. Let's go check it
And
out.
you down to do that by yourselves, right? You have to be able to do it by yourself.
Yeah, your
like,
best
just you
friends.
two.
Like it's just you
Like,
and them.
like, they ain't your best friend if you can't do it without somebody else.
That's right. It's just you and them. That's
Exactly.
your best friend.
Exactly.
You don't need anybody else.
Yeah.
It's just
that-
you and them,
that's
right?
Wow, that's beautiful.
That's your
You
that's
don't
your
need
best
anybody
friend
else.
right there.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so can a boy and a girl be best friends under those circumstances with no romantic interest on either side?
I I will say yes.
Be careful what you say now.
I'm gonna say yes, but I'm saying yes because God has created very unique and different people on earth, and not everybody's the same. Like, I'll start off with that. Like, not everybody is the same. Now, if I put four people in a room, it could be that all four of those people, they can't handle that. They can't do it. But if I take a look at another room and I put another four people in that room, maybe there is one or two that can handle. Like, what I'm trying to say is not everybody can handle this, but there are people out there that can.
Okay, I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no. I don't think a boy and a girl can be best friends. I don't think that you're talking about people who are built this way, right? Best friends, right? No romantic interest.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna say nobody's built that way.
Nobody's built that way.
Nobody's built that way.
All right, so
You know what usually happens? And this is my first point. What happens is that one of the two is interested, but they know the other one isn't.
Mm.
And they don't say nothing, and then they die thinking we were just friends.
Mm.
But the whole time, the other one was interested.
Yeah, I need to know on the chat right now, like, who out there has a best friend of the opposite sex? Just say yes or no.
There we go. We got some people there. So
Yeah, no, but like, no, because they're saying yes or no to the question. But let's dig in, right? How many of y'all got best friends?
let's pick up the yes or no first. So Ezekiel is saying for sure. He's saying yes, for sure.
Yeah,
But Ezekiel is what? How Ezekiel is what?
He's
19,
18.
20?
18.
18? 18? So he's at that age where he needs a lot of friends.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Kathy. The cacatas are coming for him. He needs a lot of friends,
Yeah.
right? So he's at that age, right? All the people that are saying, yeah, yes. You see, so no,
You see, bruh,
this
you
my
see-
people now. This my people now. Bueno, eso está feo. That's Giselle. Amin is like, Abraham sounds like he has a heartbroken.
guys, we're on the YouTube
Ah,
comments. If y'all gotta
No,
turn
not by
that
this
on.
situation. So I've always had this notion that that can't
Listen,
happen.
listen. Amin is saying that you've been heartbroken. Yes or
No,
no?
not by this situation. I've always maintained the guard. Listen, I have friends.
Oh,
It's just
where
best
is it?
friends.
I'm gonna overkill this one.
No, best friends. No, that can't happen. Let.
All right.
So you were saying they were answering the questions. I'm laughing because Isaac said cacatas are coming. But yeah, they were. Y'all know what cacatas is. Yeah, I'm gonna have to explain. So what you were saying is that okay, why would people say yes? Why are you guys saying yes?
Look,
I'm saying people are
yeah.
not built that way.
No, the thing is, I think there are mature individuals out there that
Mature individual.
that they can handle that they can do it. Honestly, um, again, if you put four people in a room, I think maybe one of them. The percentages, I'm on the side that it's tougher to be a best friend of somebody of the opposite sex, especially if you're single, not married, and you guys are both in that same status. It's tough because, like, what differentiates you between having such a close friendship and one that's interested with romance, right? So I get that
That's a
point.
good
I
question.
get that point, but it exists where a guy or a girl can have a girlfriend or a boyfriend and still be best friends with maybe the person that they grew up with, a person that they study with. I still think that's possible.
It's only possible because the other person is not saying what they're really feeling.
Mm.
Okay, if the other person was saying what they're really feeling, then the friendship breaks, right? So I mean, really, the boundary is so. I mean, and Ezekiel is talking about clear boundaries. The boundary is so light
Yeah.
that you can't even see it.
All right. I'll speak. I'll speak some history here because y'all are agreeing with me, and I
Yeah, look
love
at
that.
this.
I
No,
love
wait,
that.
wait, look at
Everybody,
this. Look at this.
like
My wife is
even your
saying.
wife is saying
My
yes.
wife is saying yes, it's possible.
Milka,
W-
pon ahí los nombres de los hombres,
w-
amigos, fuertes que tú tienes, para
Okay,
saber, para
best
llamar
friend.
ahora mismo.
Que ponga todos los nombres ahí. Todos los best friends que ella tiene que lo ponga ahí. Listen, Carlos said
Woo!
no. Nati says yes.
Look,
Okay, so it's all the ladies are saying yes, but Nati saying my concept of best friend is different. So we already explained what the best friend is, right? Somebody who you go hang out.
yeah,
Listen, I don't have anybody of the opposite sex who I go hang out with by ourselves, just me and them.
yeah.
Let's get into that. So,
But you're also like you're different right now. At least to maybe some of the people in the comments, like you're married, you got kids. Like that's not even in your,
bro, but
zone.
if they're single, right?
Tú estás pasado ya, ¿verdad?
Pero, I get it, but if they're single and they're doing that,
Yeah.
essentially, are they talking? Are they what we call now talking?
Hmm. Could
Right?
be.
They're best friends. Best friends. They hang out. They do everything together. Are they talking? First of all, that's not even convenient for you single people because when somebody else sees you so close to this person, they'll be like they're talking, and you could miss out on your soulmate for having some best friend.
Bro, actually, on that point,
I'm telling you, es que no se puede, bro.
listen. Back in high school, I used to have a really close relationship with this one girl, and I gotta be honest, there would have been some romantic interest there if she was Christian.
Ah, tú ves.
But hold on, let me get.
Do
But
it.
there wasn't. But I knew that there was definitely coming my way. Like I knew that if she knew that like I was okay with it, I think we would have gotten.
But that's what I'm saying.
But it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
I
But what
ge-
you're saying
I'm
there,
not. I'm not saying that it wouldn't. Okay, I'm not saying that it will happen. I'm just saying that whenever the situation arises, there's always one of the two that's interested. Every time, nobody stays
Well, hold on.
so
Well,
close
hold
to
on. Let me
somebody
finish
else
my
unless
story.
they're
Let me
interested.
finish my story because obviously because of her not being Christian, we were not able to go.
Pero
I
ya
lit-
tú lo
I literally
dijiste,
told-
but you
but
already
hold
said
on.
it.
But I already told. I was like, listen, you ain't Christian. We can't. Like, but we can still be friends. Now we still ended up being pretty close friends, and there was this other girl. I wasn't a player or anything, guys. I mean, if there's anybody from high school, y'all can speak up.
Where is she
But
now?
where is she?
Yeah.
Which girl? The first girl?
Yeah, yeah.
She's still in Toronto. She's
But you're
doing-
not friends anymore.
Yeah, of course.
Nah.
She comments on some of my posts. I don't want to give her a name or anything like that,
You
But
bet
hold on,
not.
hold on, hold on, hold on. All I'm saying is I got involved in a relationship with another girl in the high school, and this girl that I got involved with, she went to go ask that first girl. She's like, "Hey,
Do
are
it.
you still interested in that woman that way?" I know it sounds cheesy, it sounds weird, but that's just what it happened. And she's like, no, no. And so I still became, I was still close friends with this girl, and I was now dating this other girl that was Christian, and we
I don't
could,
know.
build a
I
relationship
don't know.
there.
Nati said it best. If you married your partner, your husband, your spouse, is your best friend. You know. So I just don't think we can bring that can be bridged. I don't see it
Is
happening.
it possible that you haven't experienced it?
I would never put myself in that position.
Yeah.
Right?
So
So listen, okay, listen. This is the perspective that I have.
Marco says the first and last Bendito show for now. But they say, "Ahora, please help
But
out." Hey.
I'm trying to help him here. I'm trying to help him. He said he was gonna bear it all.
Woo!
I mean, but privacy is between the mic. But I'm saying, every guy I know that's been friends with a girl somehow, there must have been some interest at some point.
Yeah.
Okay?
I see where you're
Every
coming with
guy I know, right? There must have been some interest. My wife is saying no. Sometimes it's like a brother. That's what the females think.
that. Now, I think
But the
what we
guy
could
is really
all
interested.
hold on. What we all could agree with is that there is a risk. Let's at least agree for sure between a guy and a girl who are close. There is a risk of there being romantic interest.
I don't
Like,
call it risk.
like Ezequiel said, well, if you have clear boundaries, but come on, man, like clear boundary, you ain't gonna talk to somebody
If you have to define the
unless
boundary,
again, I had to in that situation when I said you ain't Christian, I am. This won't work. But other than that,
but if you have to define the boundary, there's an interest there.
but you can't get over that.
No, I don't. Listen, this is just my opinions. Therefore, they're the right ones. No.
All right, listen.
See there, say Wilfredo Villalta. He agreed with you at first, but I convinced him. I'm just saying, this. I don't think this is possible. Now, are there any examples of this in the Bible? Does anybody know of any example of this in the Bible?
Of like building a
Of
relationship.
a good friendship between a female and a male. A good friendship.
I mean, there ain't a good friendship between a female and a male. We know the best friendship was between two guys,
Well, David and Jonathan, yes.
David and Jonathan. And I mean, I don't want to go down that path, but people of that realm, if y'all know what I'm talking about, they
Yeah.
think that those two were so close that there was a romantic interest, but there
No.
wasn't.
No, we're not gonna get into that. We're talking
We're not
about.
getting that realm.
We're not gonna get into that. That's way
That's episode 20.
episode 20. But there's no examples in the Bible. In fact, Paul told Timothy, the younger ones treat as your sisters,
Yeah.
right? Don't nobody hang out with
Oh,
their
yeah.
sisters that much. I mean, you could be, really close. I mean, brother and sister, yes, they can hang out and go to the movies and all that with no problems. Now, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that he's saying to the younger ones, treat them as sisters in Christ, not biological sisters, right? And I don't know about you, but I don't hang out with any of the sisters. Like, I have good friends at the church, good friends at the church. But I wouldn't call, like, Kathy or Niobe or even any single sister to be like, hey, you want to go watch this movie? What?
Yeah.
That's a date. I don't do that. No, that's not going to happen. That can't happen.
No, I mean, I want somebody to talk to me in the comments. If you're a yes on this, have you been able to experience an outing, not a date, but like some sort of activity, just you and another person of the opposite sex,
One outing, just one. Because once you get to
without
three,
any romantic interests?
once you get to three, that's talking.
Have you been able to experience something like that? Because I know a lot of y'all said yes, but have you been able to experience that? Now, what about people that work together? Because this is where it can get tricky.
Yeah, this is important.
This is where you could be now, it doesn't matter the age, right? You can be, again, older in your career, in the office,
Yeah.
right? You become really close with somebody in the office, right, of opposite sex. And it's common because maybe you guys just have maybe similar views.
It's common
Y'all
and it's
get
dangerous.
along. Yeah, the risk is there. But is it possible to just be best friends with that person? That means going out on lunch breaks with that person. If your work job
Nah,
has
bro.
a trip, and you guys are just hanging out together, what do you do when you don't have other people to connect with, but it's that other person, and maybe they're even married too, maybe they have their significant others, so you both have your significant others. You're saying you two can't be close without romantic interests?
I'm saying that if you get that close, the romantic interest will develop.
So I think you're thinking though in two individuals of close age,
Yeah,
and
that's what we're talking about. Best friends. You're not gonna be best friends with somebody who's 80.
well, at work you might be, there might be a bit of a difference there.
Not that much. Like not that much. Like if you know, I'm young. I'm not gonna say how old I am yet. Not yet. My birthday's this month. I'll let you guys know on my birthday how old I'm gonna be.
Like Alicia says, yo, those work friends are the worst of all.
That, that's difficult. It's
Yes.
difficult. Like I wouldn't hang out with a 60-year-old lady from work, right? Because
Ay, hombre.
maybe she might,
What?
I don't know. I just you
Hold
gotta
on, hold on,
protect
hold on.
yourself from that.
I thought you were
I
saying you
don't-
wouldn't hang out with her because y'all don't like
It
how
wouldn't-
you,
it
you know,
wouldn't
you
be-
watch sports, she
But why-
watches
but
something
why would
else.
why would somebody of that age hang out with somebody younger every day, eat lunch together, talk, walk? Like that's a relationship.
Hey,
Like,
but
why?
but there's different jobs out there, right? Like, you go again. There's just different jobs where you don't have maybe all that office. I know, like for example, our brother Kevin. I think he says he has like 10 people in the office. I think that's it. Even before the pandemic, like that's it. Son
Uh,
10 personas.
I get it, but you're not gonna have because when you're working, it's work environment, it's the office, no problem.
Yeah,
Or it's the office, it's the fabrica, it's the whatever.
yeah.
The barber shop, you're working. Everybody's just there. We're all working. Because you could be a barber at a barber shop and somebody's there doing braids or, weave or braids or whatever. And you could be cool with that person and all that. But, 5 o'clock, you're going your way, I'm going my way.
Mm.
Right? There's not no, let's hang out after work and let's do this thing. And,
Amin says that you love yourself some Bingo Tuesdays. Hey,
I-
hey, ahí sí que vieja.
I'm not into that, bro.
Oh man, we're on the church channel here. Dios le bendiga, mi queridas hermanas.
I'm not, no. So all I'm saying is I don't think it's possible. But let somebody call us. Everybody is commenting. Let's see if we
Okay,
can do
I
if we
got
can
some
do a
more
call.
to say, honestly, because again, I think you're speaking about very specific scenarios, which is good to get into. But there's some other scenarios, again, where that other person is interested with somebody else. You're talking with somebody else as well, and I think you could, have some sort of relationship there. Now, we're talking about best friends, though.
Yeah, once you start getting
Best
close,
friends.
the boundaries disappear,
Yeah.
and it's so dangerous.
Honestly, if you have a solid comment, like give us a call. Like, what's your thoughts? Because we see in the comments, but are you so passionate enough that you can give us a call? Just let us know. The number's on the screen there. All you gotta do, you gotta add the number on WhatsApp, and you'll be able to add it, and then you'll be able to call us. We got some people that we were thinking about calling, but maybe we won't get there yet.
Probably not, but we'll see. Define best friend. Well, I defined it. Somebody who you hang out with is just you and them versus the world. You don't need anybody else. I think, okay, let's do some establishment. I think for people that are married or in a relationship with someone else, this is off the table. Can we agree on that? Can we agree on that?
Oh, I'm getting
If
a
you're
call already
married
here. I like this.
or in a relationship with someone else,
Now-
you can't
now-
be
Now
best
when
friends
I-
with somebody
sorry,
else. This
somebody's
is
on
off
the
the
line here,
table.
but every time I pick up, I'm just waiting for yeah, this Andy. What's up? Who's this?
Hello?
What's up, man? What's your name?
It's Chris. It's Chris from Tabernacle.
Chris, you
What's
gotta,
up, Chris?
You just gotta say this, Chris. This, Chris. All right, Chris, man.
Okay, it's Chris.
Let us know, man. So the question is, can a guy and a girl be best friends without romantic interest? Dale, ¿qué tú crees?
Okay, at the beginning, I said yes, like definitely. But after Abraham gave some points, I can understand where he's coming from.
That's what
Hold
I
on,
do.
hold on,
I
but
really feel
That's what I do. I'm like
Yeah.
Obama.
so
That's
you,
what I do.
so hold on. You understand?
For 3.
You understand because maybe you've gone through something similar?
not really, no. But I feel like it really depends how both of you are moving.
Yeah, but that's the
Like,
thing.
if you
That's the
guys
thing.
are-
I'm waiting for Abraham or somebody to call me to say, hey, they went through something, they went through a scenario, and it turned out to be the other way. Because you could speak about a specific topic, but yeah, if you haven't experienced it, it kind of is, less valuable. But okay, what was pointing you initially to feel like, yeah, you know what, two people of the opposite sex could be
Could
best
be
friends?
friends.
Well, I've had like a couple best friends who were females, and like nothing happened. We were just friends, and nobody felt any other way besides just friends.
But did you want something to happen?
No, none of us did. That's what I'm saying.
How does he know that they didn't want something to happen?
How yo, you heard that man? Like, how do you know that those girls weren't interested?
Ooh, I don't know.
There we go. You friend zoned them. You friend zoned them, and they never told you. You friend zoned them, and they never told you. That's
They
why
always call me brother, you know. So like, I just assume that, you know.
you
Yeah.
assume.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
You could text one of them right now and say you want to go out on Friday. I guarantee you, it's a yes.
No way, no. No way, no way.
Bruh, okay. I mean, I feel like you're in between right now, but you're leaning towards no. Is that it?
No. I'm still on yes, but I'm just saying like I agree with all of Abraham's points.
How could you
Okay.
agree with my points and not be a no?
Yeah.
If you
Because,
agree with
like,
my
of course it
points,
makes
then you're a
sense.
no.
Like they make sense.
Of
Listen,
course, it
Chris,
makes sense.
now that we got you on the line, man, are you looking for a opposite sex, so a girl with, to have a romantic interest with?
How old is Chris?
Chris, how old are you?
Not really, no.
Chris, how old are you, man?
I'm 19.
Yeah,
19?
he's ready.
He's around there. He's
Around
around
there.
there. All right, well, it doesn't sound like you're available yet. I feel like you're still working.
He's got to pray more. He's got to
Yeah.
pray more.
Well, I'm not available because I kind of chatting to someone. That's why.
Ah,
Oh,
he's talking to his best friend.
wow.
How you call this number? How you call
Hey.
this number? Are you talking to somebody?
Hold on. Hold on.
He doesn't want
we're
that to
gonna,
progress.
We're going to end this conversation here in a minute.
Hang up
We're
the
going to
phone.
end it in about a minute.
Help him.
But how did that conversation start? Did you guys begin as just best friends?
Nah, like we were just friends, and then it kind of just moved up, you know.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about. Now you drowning, you're gonna take Chris
We
down
were
with you.
friends. Like we weren't even that
Let
close.
the
Like, we
guy
met
go.
each
Let him
other,
go.
and then we started slowly building that thing, you know.
Slowly building that thing up.
Slowly building that
Exactly.
thing. All right, bro. Keep building that thing.
Yeah,
on,
that's right.
Christ the
Make
cornerstone.
sure you
Remember
pray.
that.
That's right.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling in, man.
See that? There we
The
go.
guy is talking to somebody.
He got caught in 4K.
He's talking to somebody. Chris, bro. Come on, man. You fell in a trap there.
What
He's
I would
talking
like to
somebody,
hear
you're
from
calling
someone
us.
who has actually done this, been best friends with somebody else, and not have romantic interest on either side, confirmed. Okay? Let
Look,
somebody.
we got another call coming in here. I believe it's our sister Kayla. Kayla, can you hear us?
Hello, I can hear you.
Yes. Hello. So nice to have you here on the Bendito show. This is history. This is episode number 1. So this is going down in the record books. But we wanted to ask a question. Can a guy and a girl be best friends without romantic interests?
In my personal opinion and experience, yes, 100%.
Talk to us about that
However,
experience, Kyle.
Talk to us. Okay.
I don't think that everyone is capable of having a best friend from the opposite sex.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
I get that.
I'm
I
with
want to
you
hear
with
about the
that. That's what I was saying.
experience.
That's what I was saying. If you have 4 people in a room, not everybody can handle it. Maybe
I'm saying
one out of those 4.
Okay,
Right?
that's a hypothesis. I'm just saying there is no empirical evidence, not even
Okay,
one case.
Now, Abraham is saying there's no evidence on that. Now, okay, are you speaking from your experience, or are you experiencing, maybe speaking from somebody else's experience?
So, in my personal experience, I have a really good friend that prior to being married, I would have considered saying best friend. Went to school together, did lots of things together, worked together, had lunch together, a whole bunch of stuff together. He was my best friend. He came to our wedding, and I introduced
He was
him
bawling
to
at the
my
wedding. He was crying.
when
Was he crying at the wedding?
when
Those
I
were
him
not
and I
tears of
started
joy.
dating.
Okay.
Now they're friends. He's married. He has his kids. We're all friends. There's never been interest there, ever.
How do you? I would like
So-
to. I
So
would like to
the
talk to him.
question
Like
that
how do
Abraham
we know
asked
that?
for you is, though, but how do you know there was no interest from his side?
I guess it's just the way that we were both raised and the relationship that we had from the get-go.
Okay.
I know. I respect you, Kayla.
It was never.
Now, hold on. Out of
Sometimes people ask each other, give it a try. No.
Yeah, yeah. You see, and that's what I understand about that. But I don't know if Abraham. I feel like that's not plausible. Like I feel like you can
I
have that
just
conversation with somebody, say like, nah, like it just can't work. But I'd love to keep being friends with you. Like
all I'm
I'd love to
saying is
keep
that
being
if you
close
had the
friends with you. Now,
conversation
hold on. But,
that it wouldn't work, there was already some type of interest. It's just that it
yeah.
wouldn't work. It doesn't make sense. Why
So
if it
yeah,
if it doesn't matter if it doesn't matter, why have the conversation that this is not going to work?
yeah,
100% agree with Abraham on that.
yeah.
And see, that's a conversation that never arose in my friendship.
Now,
But however, once I got married, it went it didn't there was boundaries. You have to set
bueno,
boundaries.
y sacó la
As a
correa.
married person, you have to set boundaries. Not because anything can happen, but because you're devoted to your husband. You're devoted to
I like that.
I think the boundaries exist because it could happen. Because girls who have girlfriends, the boundaries never break. Okay, so if a girl has a very best friend and it's a girl, she gets married, that continues to be.
Yeah.
Why,
yeah.
if it's the opposite sex, does it have to cease to be?
Now, okay, before we're gonna let Kayla go here, and we'll talk about this. But Kayla, so you were saying you had obviously this experience with one guy out there in the world. Out of
Yeah.
like, I mean,
Out of
out of all the other friends though that
3
you
billion
have,
dudes.
right? Out of all the dudes that you know, you're saying that that was only possible with one.
that was only possible with one.
Yeah.
Because the other ones, it wouldn't have worked that way.
Well, I mean, you
I'm
just
just,
gave us some
I'm
insight
just-
there. All right, Kayla, thanks for calling in. Stay connected. Much love.
Listen, Kayla's married, and she can say that you're married. Chris is. I want to get the perspective of a girl who is not married, who's single, no relationship, no nothing, who thinks she can handle this situation. I would like to interview her for sure.
Okay, we'll take a call here in a few minutes, but I think we gotta digest a little bit what she said, because she did say a few things that, I mean, obviously I agree with, in that this could happen. Like you could have a best friend with somebody, but out of all the guys she knew, I mean, she felt like it was basically impossible with all these other dudes. And what I'm seeing here on the comments, because the thing is, guys, I'm agreeing. I'm saying, yeah, you can do it, but it's rare. Like it is extremely rare. So rare that I think not everybody has experienced it. But I see here in the chat that a lot of girls are saying, well, all my friends are guys. All my best friends are dudes. And I got to be honest. If you're a girl and all your best friends are dudes, one of those dudes, they into you.
Maybe all of the dudes.
Either one or all.
Because she's single.
Yeah.
As soon as she decides for one, the rest we're gonna split.
Now, I mean, this might, for some people listening in, this might be like silly. Like, oh, what are these guys talking about? Again, I'm going to remind y'all, we're talking from a Christian perspective here, where making boundaries and having boundaries, with people is just something that should be in your head, right? You just don't open up to anybody.
That's right.
Right? So this is why I remind y'all, we're talking this from a Christian perspective. If this was the world, oh man, it's super, super different. Right? Like I seen people at work
but
do some nasty stuff to each other.
Yeah,
and
but we're talking about it from a Christian perspective, and from the fact that Paul told Timothy also, run away from youthful passions.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have to keep that into context that this is a Christian show, and we're talking about it from a Christian perspective.
Yeah.
If I'm a Christian guy, and I see a girl talking to somebody and hanging out all the time, and we're at that age, like I'm not gonna go pray to God for her because I assume already that that has happened.
Now, do you think this can happen between? Because in your head, are you picturing two Christians?
Yeah. This is a Christian show. This is about Christian young people.
All right, so you're picturing two Christians, because the things from what I'm seeing in the chat, I mean, if we're talking about friends from school, now that even becomes even riskier, I say. If you're trusting the boundaries of that person and they're not Christian, it's like putting your trust on things that just blow by the wind.
I'm talking about Christian, like, listen, from a Christian perspective, all your friends should either be Christians or you're evangelizing them.
I think we got to clarify some things here, but keep going.
When I say that is that I know some people maintain relationships, and I have friendships with kids when I was in school that were not saved, right? Because we go to the same school, and you have to maintain those friendships. But you have to make sure that you're pulling them towards the gospel rather than them pulling you towards the world, right? If you're going to do that, and if you think you're not strong enough, then you need to have only relationship with Christian friends. But how else are you going to preach to them if you're not friends with them?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
have to be friends with them, and you have to preach to them. But that's a different type of friendship. That's not a best
Yeah.
friend who you're hanging out with all the time, because the interests are different.
Yeah.
Like when you're going to church, they're going somewhere else. So
Here's the problem. This is where I started understanding Abraham's side. That it's so hard to draw the line. If you're single and that other person's single and you guys are getting close, well, what's stopping you? Why not have romantic interest? Like, what's there that that you don't want to get closer with that person? Like, unless maybe you're just not of age and you feel like you're not ready to get into a relationship. But if it's working out, you guys are both Christian, like, what's stopping you?
Yeah.
Like, if you're, like, why not, try something there? Órale a Dios, a ver si hay algo ahí. Because why then waste your time with that person where there could be potentially some romantic interest, but you're not.
well, if there is no, if the concept is that we can just be friends and get it that close without any romantic interest, then that's not a fear. So I'm saying that I don't think that can happen.
Okay, let's ask something. What are romantic interests?
That's simple. Everybody understands that. You want to be with this person, like boyfriend and girlfriend, and then eventually marriage, and have a romantic relationship. That's it. You want to have a romantic relationship with this person, and this is why I think it breaks when people get married. I think we all agree. I want to see some of the comments. Some of the people that were saying yes. We can all agree that once you get into, Brenda already agreed with me. Once you already get into a relationship, there's no more best friend. There's no more best friend. Okay, so there's friends. You can have friends, and but
Yeah, that's true.
there's no more best friends. Like I don't see that happening.
Yeah. Okay, man. Speaking from my own experience, I don't know what your experience has been. Out of any of the girls I think that I've come close to that I can potentially call, a best friend, I think that maybe one of them, I mean, not maybe, one of them is the only one that I've been able to continually call best, I'm not going to call best friend, but they're definitely a close friend. And all the other ones, there were definitely some romantic interest there, between one of us, one of us parties. So again, I'm telling you, you put 4 people in a room, maybe one of them is possible of holding that relationship. Now,
I don't know.
that's my point of view. I see here on the
I
chat,
get
and
it.
we could take a look here at the comments. I mean, some people are saying they're at a further extreme than me. They're saying absolutely you guys can be brothers and sisters with a bunch of people, but we're not saying brothers and sisters here. We're saying even beyond that, best friends. You could have, blood brother, blood sister, but y'all ain't best friends. We're talking about best friends.
I mean, there's
Like,
something very interesting that Tiedra Cook, if I pronounce that right, she's saying, I've had a guy best friend, BSF, but he had a girlfriend, and everything was fine. So I think it depends on who can handle it and who can trust. My point is that I don't think anybody can handle it. I would like to know what happened to that. He had a girlfriend. Why did the friendship break? Because if it doesn't break from one way, it's going to break from the other way. The girlfriend is going to say, I'm not comfortable with this.
yeah.
This is uncomfortable to me. Like, you're going hanging out with this person by yourself. Because if it's you and the friend and your boyfriend, girlfriend, no problem. Because it's the 3 of you. That could happen. That has happened many times. No problem. But as soon as it's just just the 2, man.
Let's see if she comments back. Zuriel is saying here, history. And this is I feel like this is important. How long have you known each other, or you're just the fact that you're not physically attracted to them? Like, I feel like history is important. Like, you could have grown up with somebody, but now, hey, I will say something. I will say something. That the person that I got closest to is now my wife.
I'm just saying.
And so
swim now. Shark is coming.
Look,
Shaka come. Shaka
I'll
come, boy.
I'll say this. Brenda and I were best friends for many, many years. Many, 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 many years.
¿Y qué pasó?
She dated some other guy. I dated another girl. And we remained best friends. and it didn't work out for the other people.
Listen,
Oh,
he he was swimming good. You were swimming good.
oh
You drowning like
man.
Peter.
Oh
Listen, no,
man.
I just don't think it can happen. Ezekiel is saying, yeah, but the best friend relationship is viewed as bro sis. Like if see my girl best friend, I don't see her as a single Christian. I don't understand what you're saying there, Ezekiel.
Hold on, bro.
Clarify.
It's even cutting off here. It's cutting off. Let's read that again. Yeah, but that best friend relationship is viewed as brother and sister. Like if I
Mhm.
see my girl best friend, I don't see her as a single Christian. I see her as my sister. Okay. Okay.
I get that. But how does she see you?
Oh man, that's a tough question. That's it.
That's
Like,
all I'm
but
saying is that
but that's an unknown.
I
And
get
you,
it.
you I, that like that's what I'm trying to say. That there is an unknown that we have to respect. We have to respect that
Yeah,
unknown.
I respect the unknown. The unknown is unknown, and we have to give that what? What are we gonna give it? 2% plus or minus?
No, man, we gotta give it more because again, there's
2%.
people out there that live in that unknown. There are extremely super friendly people out there, way friendlier than you and I. Like extremely friendly
I'm not
to
friendly.
you don't follow that,
I don't, no.
no,
Listen, no, no.
bro. The thing is, maybe you're so detached, bro. But I'm
One
telling
of
you,
these.
in high school, I mean, maybe I mean, I'm not gonna just say it. Maybe they're just maybe the guys are and the girls are,
They're just
I mean, I
friends.
don't know
But
if I
okay,
can say it, but they're
we
just
have
out
10 minutes.
there.
So the show is 9:09 to 10:10. So let's establish a couple of things. One, married people don't have best friends outside of relationships. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Okay. People in boyfriend girlfriend relationships don't have best friends outside of relationships.
Hold on. Say that again.
People who are in a boyfriend girlfriend relationship. Okay, let's go down. Not married, but engaged. Engaged people got to start
Yeah. Same rules.
chopping
Same
off
rules. Yeah.
their best friends that are free,
Yeah.
right? Okay. The next one is boyfriend and girlfriend. Okay, they can still have some friends that are lying around,
Yeah.
but as that relationship grows, they got to start cutting off. Now, single people that are best friends, there's some romantic interest that would develop. So I don't see a situation, except for Kayla. It's like, Kayla, I'll give you the exception because I trust you. But I think that dude wanted something to do with you. I just think so, right? I think that single people can't do it. Otherwise, when the single person gets together with somebody else, why does this one have to break? That's my whole point. It's humans. As humans, I don't think there's a human who can handle that. Right? It's almost as if that's a godlike thing that we have. You know, when you have to
Yeah.
worship God and God alone, you
Yeah.
can have half and half. I relate that. I relate those two things.
Yeah. Nyla says here, it's different being friends with a Christian man. Trust me, sis, like a man that's not Christian is only feeling for one thing.
Yeah.
And you know what? I gotta be honest. I think that's a fact. I mean, not a fact. It's not always the case. Again, there's very nice people out there, but if anybody doesn't have the Lord, whatever love, whatever concept they have of it, is brutal. Is brutal, and it only gets worse, man. I see people, that I know, from high school, that they were at a dirty level in high school, but now
Right.
that they're out, it's even worse
even
because
worse.
they just have a terrible concept
Yeah,
of
that's-
love. I gotta agree with that. Gotta agree with that. But hey, Abraham, we do got 8 minutes left here in the show. Although we did start a little bit late, but with
We're
8 minutes
gonna
to
finish on
go,
time.
um, I think I'm gonna stick to that. Very rarely you can find an individual that can have a best friend relationship with somebody else. But there are people on the chat, and I'm not saying it as in your name that I know you're anything like no, no, no. But I'm saying the percentages. There were so many people that said, yeah, you could absolutely do it, that I know they're crossing boundaries.
Yeah.
Either you are or the person,
The
you're,
other person
they're
is.
crossing boundaries because I think it's extremely, extremely rare. And you know why I think it's rare? Because, I mean, obviously Jesus was Jesus. He was 100% flesh, but he was 100% God.
That's right.
And you know what? He had a lot of, I mean, his disciples were
He
girls,
had a lot of followers. Yeah.
but he had a lot of followers.
Yeah.
And I mean, he had conversations with, women. I mean, Did Jesus have any close best friends other than his disciples?
His inner
You know,
circle was James, Peter, and
yeah.
John.
And the
Right?
Bible doesn't really
Best
talk to
friends.
us about, the girls that were there,
Yeah.
but there were there. There were some followers there.
Yeah, and the Bible speaks to them being at his feet, but it's the Lord
Yeah.
we're talking about, right? Like none
Yeah.
of us is the Lord. Like if one
Yeah.
of us was Jesus, I would say yes.
Yeah.
You could do that, but
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it is rare. I think Kayla's call was key because she said, you know what, there was just one guy. There was just one guy, and that's it. But out of all the other dudes, nah. And Chris, bro, feel better for yourself. I mean, it was a good call. We had a great conversation, but we didn't know you were interested with somebody, man. Like, how you gonna give us a call?
yeah, I don't.
That was wild.
Chris needs to call us back next show.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. All right, fellas and ladies.
Giselle is joining us from Dominican Republic. She says it's
Yes.
11 o'clock. Everybody's sleeping. She's awake because this is so good. This
It's
has
too
been
good.
really good for
Yes.
us too. Giselle, share the link. We're gonna be on. Maybe we should do a little test of the Bendito Show YouTube before next time.
Yeah. Yeah, this video definitely has to come down from this page, and we definitely got to upload it to the other page. Folks, make sure to follow us on Instagram. This ain't going anywhere. We really want to put in a lot of effort, put in a lot. I think we're kind of like in a piloting right now mode where
That's
we're
right.
testing out a bunch of things. We're trying a bunch of stuff. But we still got a few minutes. If you have ideas, things we want, you
Right,
want us to
send them some
tackle,
topics.
start writing them in there. If anybody wants to call us real quick, say, hi, give a shout out, please feel free to do so. We got a few minutes left.
So we made a commitment when we were talking about the show, when we were producing the show. We made a commitment that we would end every show with this. If you don't know Jesus as your Lord and Savior, you're missing out on real life.
Big time.
Right? This is the only way. Jesus is the only way. Today is the best day to accept Jesus Christ
Yes.
as your Lord and Savior.
A good friend of mine, his name is Carlos Jerez.
Carlos Jerez.
He
Brother,
told me
good
he told me a quote
family.
this past Sunday that
that's your
apparently he drops on every interview he's had. He said
Job interview?
he said some fellow by the name of Leonard Ravenhill says, the opportunity of your lifetime must be seized in the lifetime of your opportunity.
There it is.
There it is. So yes, if y'all are hearing to the gospel for the first time, this is kind of a different way to look at it, but we believe in Jesus. He's our Lord and Savior, and that's our perspective on everything that we're going to touch from here on out. All right.
All right. Join us on Monday, 7:30, the Spanish show. 7:30, el show en español. Y 9:09, 9:09, the English show. We're going to have some good topics. We'll post the topics on Instagram prior to so that you guys can have some, insight, have some knowledge prior to. And this is the Bendito Show.
Yes, it is. It's the Bendito Show. We got 3 minutes. Abraham, anything wild to talk about? Bro, did you see Shaq beating people up in the WWE yesterday?
I didn't know that, but that
You
would have been
didn't?
interesting.
All right, listen. I wanted to bring a video. Maybe next time we'll be ready. Because Shaq was just slapping people up. He's like a 7-footer. And he was taking dudes, like these little white dudes, and he was just tossing them to the ground. I'm thinking to myself, I was like, I know it's a show. It's fake.
Yeah,
But
it's a
how
show.
much money would it take you to be tossed by Shaq to the floor? Like, que te dé ahí
Shaq.
por la cabeza. Así, pa, pa. Like, even though it's fake. Oh, snap.
Bro,
we got
I'm
a call coming in here.
I'm
though.
like 250 pounds of pure muscle. Shaq can't lift me.
Bubble muscle. Here we go. Hold on. Who this? Hold on. I didn't have it on speaker. Woo! Who this? Be honest, bro. Did anybody link up with you after Saturday? Not yet? Oh man, we gotta do a better job, bro.
Dejaron solo. Y'all gotta hit
We
up
gotta do
Andy.
a better job.
He posts his math on the chat and everything.
Yes. Andy, man, how you been, man? After Saturday, you're a legend now, bro.
Yeah, I've been a legend since day one.
Hey, I like
That's
it,
how
man.
you
I
do
love
it.
it, brother. Hey, man, thanks for giving us a call. You had any last comments?
Yeah, I just want to give a shout out, man. I'm happy you guys actually did this. I hope you guys get a lot of fans and a lot of views, and just keep going, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
right.
these words. Andy is our number one guy, man.
That's
You're the
right.
guy,
And
bro.
one
If we make T-shirts, we're sending one for you. We're sending one to you for free,
We're
bro.
gonna make one that says "This is Andy."
I'll be waiting.
Yes. I
So,
brother.
interesting question. Amaris is saying if we're polling for topics. We're not polling for topics.
Hold
If
on.
you want a topic, just let us know. Send us a message.
What was that, man? What was the last thing you were saying there?
Shout out to Chris.
Yes, shout out to Chris. All right, Andy, man. Have a good one, man. Later, brother.
Guys, it's 10:08. Thank you for tuning in. Look out for us during the weekend on Instagram. And next week, Monday, we'll be here with you.
That's right. That's right. Bro, we got to end at 10:10, though. There's still a minute left. You don't have a random question for me? Come on now. You didn't even tell me. How much money would it take to get tossed around?
I told you, I'm 250 pounds of pure muscle. I don't think Shaq can lift me. I don't think he can.
No?
I'll take a crack at him, though. I think I could use my body weight and maybe try a thing.
You don't think vegans should weigh less?
No, why? We still eat rice and pasta, and that's the muscle part.
All right, guys. That's a wrap to the show. Thanks so much for
Take
tuning
it easy,
in.
fellas.
And this has been good. This has been awesome. Yes,